is Noah Adaikkalam. I am the AV and broadcast manager for LMU Athletics. I played football when it was sophomore year of high school, so 15, and rec league basketball, I was 10 or 11. I played Pop Warner for a little bit too, I guess, football, when I was like in middle school. I've always really liked sports. I think I like the work that I'm able to do now for the sake of getting to kind of play a role in delivering sports to people watching it and providing that service. Like, there's a lot that goes into a broadcast, and I think we do a good job of it, and that's something I take a lot of pride in. But I figured out pretty quickly that I probably wasn't going to be an athlete, despite the fact that I'm tall. It just wasn't like, I didn't have people in my family pushing me to do it, and I didn't get along too well with any of the people that played on the teams. And if I'm really going to be good at something, I need to feel like I'm doing it with my people. And in college, I was majored in English. I didn't really do too much of the production stuff, despite going to Emerson, where a lot of it was going on. It just felt like a headache, to be completely honest. Yeah. I had a radio show, which was kind of cool. That was the closest I did to it, but that never really turned into anything. It was just me and my friends having fun, and like 10 people from back home listening to us. When I graduated from Emerson, it was May of 2021, so the pandemic was still pretty heavy, and I worked at a Lowe's for 6 or 8 months, and that was how I took care of myself. And I got impatient with that very quickly, so I started applying to jobs, and one of them was a social media PA at NFL Network, and a teacher from high school knew someone that helped me get an interview. I did a really, really good job on the interview, and I got the job, and I worked there for about 3 years. And the way sports broadcasting works, spend all your time at one place doing things, but you're kind of working above or beyond, whatever the job requirements are, or you have 3 or 4 part-time jobs and you do the same thing just spread out across more places on like a freelance basis. And I was kind of going down that route where I worked at NFL. I still do a little bit of camera work at Snapdragon Stadium down in San Diego. And I also worked here as a freelancer on the broadcasts as opposed to my job now. This job opened up. I felt like I was done with the freelance thing, and I wanted to try to move to one place, and I applied for it, and I got it, and I've been working here for about 1.5 years.
Sports in the gym, we run out of this room. This is our setup. We're running a TriCaster, which is like the main brains, basically, the operation. This is the switcher for it, and Luke and Stephanie split this setup right here with graphics and playback, so like commercials and any other videos that we add or run off of this, and then this is his multi-viewer for cutting cameras and overlaying graphics and all that stuff. And
we're completely reliant on student workers to get everything we're doing, which I think is awesome. And they're able to be put in positions of real work and responsibility while they're still students, so that whether this is what they end up doing or something else, they have experience working in college with real stakes. If my scoreboard operator, Jada, who I was sitting next to up there, makes a mistake, the refs are going to come over to her. If it's a really bad mistake, the coaches are going to come over to her. So you are able to learn how to operate in that pressure, which I think is important. And I think that's what you should learn how to do in college. Yeah. Not that that isn't something you can get from your classes, but it's a little different here because it's a live game and things moving and going around, and you don't have the same time to compose yourself and put everything together like you do when you're writing a paper. It's like, all right, the game's starting, I got to be on it, and I got to go. If there was anything I'd want people to know, I would say that our intention in doing this and why we show up to work is because we love it for one reason or the other. I think that to be, especially at a school like this that's sort of smaller, not the largest athletics program you've ever seen, most of us are doing the work of 2 or 3 people on any given day for any given game. Sometimes we have 3 games or 4 games on the same day, and we don't get any extra help. We just have to figure out a way to make it work. And we do that because we love it, whether we love the sports or we love the school. We have relationships and emotional connections and commitments to our coaches and our fans. The position that we're in is something I actually take with a lot of honor. Like I am the conduit for families to watch their kids play sports. I think that's awesome. I think that matters